Hey everyone, welcome back to GL Spinners. Today I've got another new Spinner Day video for you. We are taking a look at the Luna from Specialty Spinners. So this is a tri-arm spinner and it's actually available from Dark Apogee. Specialty Spinners is their sister brand and they consider this their budget spinner. Dark Apogee designed the Genesis, which is sold at a much higher price point, around $150. And they're following in the footsteps of Xerofeud, who has also partnered with a more budget-friendly sister brand. So as always, I like to let you know what these things come in, and this one came in a tin, but it came in the biggest spinner tin I've ever gotten. It has Specialty Spinners logo on it and a sticker to show the version of the metal you purchased. I went with the media blasted stainless steel, but it does have nice foam inside, which is always a plus. So let's take a look at the spinner itself. This spinner is a pretty standard size, weighing in at 68 grams, and from end to end about 60 millimeters. The overall design is reminiscent of the plastic 3-bearing tri-spinners, but it's got really large gaps between the arms, which give great finger holds for one-handed flicks. You can really get a nice one-handed spins out of this. And the spin is pretty smooth and balanced. It's pretty smooth. You can see some of the design elements here. They've got a small cutout near the base of the arm, and where it gets its name, Luna, is from the crescent design of these weights at the end of each arm. They're both on the top and the bottom, and they really help to push that weight to the end of the arm to increase that spin time. The edges on it are not chamfered and not really rounded, but they're not sharp either. The entire frame is continuous around the whole spinner, so no matter which arm you flick it from, you're going to get the same feel. And I mean, to be honest, it feels pretty good. But one of the things I'm going to point out about this spinner is a big design drawback. These crescent moon shaped weights on the arms that it actually gets its name from have surprisingly sharp points on them. Zooming in, you can see they come to a really just an unnecessarily sharp edge, and they're probably not going to break your skin, but they're not comfortable at all. And to be honest, this is where they drew the name of the spinner from, so why would they leave such a sharp edge on it? Not to mention, there's 2 on the top and bottom of each arm, and to be honest, if you pull it out of your pocket by the arm, which is a pretty common thing, you're going to grab onto 4 of these sharp points. And yes, on other spinners, kind of the same thing. You're not going to feel this when you flick spin it, but if you're like me and you pull spin, your finger is going to touch it every time. It can become really annoying, and at a price point of $55, there really shouldn't be 12 sharp points on a spinner. It could have easily been machined to a soft edge and still kind of retain that crescent moon shape. So moving on to the spin, like I said, it is pretty smooth and balanced. As always, I pulled it out of the box before I actually did the video, and it got a nice table spin of about 5.25 minutes, which is a pretty good time. Spins are getting longer, and anything above 5 minutes is going to be a nice spin time. So moving on to the buttons, they are concave. They're going to be similar in size and shape to the Spinetic buttons, but one difference is that they're blank. There's nothing on either side of them, so you really don't get any extra texture from a logo or an engraving on it. But they do serve their purpose, provide a nice grip. They are threaded, and underneath house my favorite bearing system. Got a nice R188 bearing and our threaded bearing lock. Makes for easy removal and maintenance. Most spinners in this price range are really starting to use this method, and I'm always glad to see it. So as I said before, I purchased this off Dark Apogee's website. I'll have a link down in the description below. My version was the stainless steel media blasted. They also have a polished stainless steel, both which run $55. They also sell a dark version, which it doesn't state on their website, but I assume it has some sort of coating on it, and that runs $5 more at $60. So these are right at the top end of that mid-range price. As always, I like to compare it to another spinner, and usually I show one that's pretty similar in shape and size, but here I'm going to compare it to the Busy Minds Cortex Mini. The reason being, I got this one. This is Xerofeud's sister brand, so it's a similar idea. The Cortex Mini though, this is brass and was $50, so a little bit cheaper. But if you want an honest recommendation for a sister branded spinner, the Cortex Mini wins easily. There's a lot more design that goes in the Cortex Mini, and you know, there's no risk of me actually cutting myself on this edge, which is a bonus. You know, the Cortex Mini, I prefer the buttons on it, and you know, overall at the same price, I'm gonna strongly recommend this over the Luna. So again, that's just kind of why I wanted to show you this one as opposed to one that was the exact same shape and size. So let me know what you think about the Luna. Did you buy one? Are the edges on yours as sharp as on mine? As always, if you've got any questions, put them down in the comments below. If you like the video, be sure and give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more spinner reviews and content, be sure and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good one.